Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2013 horror comedy film Cottage Country, starring Malin Ackerman and Tyler Levine. Hour 30 minutes, as all films should be. I expected way more from this because Tyler Ackerman is part of the duo of Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, which is one of the best horror comedy films ever made. One of the best films ever made. And I assumed this would be on that par of hilarity because he is one of Tucker and Dale. It is not on that par. It is a weird film with a very strange twist and turns of how many body counts are going to be. How is this couple amassing such a body count of kills through this week trip to the cottage of his family's cottage? It's strange. It's very strange. So, couple is heading to the family cottage. Tyler's character of Todd, his brother Salinger, and his new girlfriend happens to be going there as well, but they didn't discuss that with each other, and the mom said it was empty, but it wasn't empty, blah, whatever. So then the brothers fight, and they get physical, and then they start pushing each other and punching each other, and Salinger smashes a bottle over his head, and more fights happen, and then Todd grabs an axe, and then winds up slicing into his neck, unintentionally, but intentionally, and then it was a whole, how do I cover up the body? How do I tell my girlfriend who I plan to marry? And then he tells her, and then she's like, all right, cool, so how do we figure this out? Like, she's all for the cover-up, and then they wind up getting rid of the girlfriend, and then they wind up getting rid of a friend who happens to stop by as well because there's a party that's happening that night. And then a vagrant is blamed. And then Todd is guilty, so he goes to the police, and then she tries to run him over, but then the police shoot her, and she kills the police person, and she winds up shooting him. It's just wild in a what the hell happened kind of thing. It was like a fever dream. Like, so many things were just not leading to the next. It's a blink and you miss it kind of film. It's a what in the hell am I watching kind of a film. And not in an enjoyable way, because some fever dream films are absolutely hysterical, wild, and perfect. But this is an example of a not correct fever dream film. You're getting from point A to point B to point C in such a wild manner that you go from A to C and then backtrack to B, and then it's just all over the place. How do characters change on a dime? I'm gonna cover up my brother's death to I'm gonna go tell on myself to the police in a matter of a day. It's strange. There's no consistency of character development. It's very bing bang boom. Weird. It's strange. It's a strange film. It had good production value, set design, the location was great, the practical effects were great, the special effects were great. I thought it was believable in the let's stab this guy with all the arrows kind of a thing. Like, a lot of this stuff looked authentic. It didn't look cheesy. It didn't look fake. So I appreciated the production value of it, and I appreciated the cinematography, the coloring, the editing, the design. The aesthetic, beautiful. Story, not so much. It needed some fine tuning. It was if we had some blips of Todd being semi-manic at one point, sure. But for him to just lose it on his brother when they're having a fight, it was just strange. And then that was just the catalyst then plunging down into the abyss. Weird. Cottage Country? Never again. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.